Good morning, students. Today we are seeing about the living organism and their surrounding. First, what is meant by organism? You know that? Yes, organisms are living creatures. Example, plant, animal and human. These organisms and their surroundings where they live, that is called as habitat. That means natural home of living things. Living things means that is the organisms. Okay, the organism live in a natural home is called the habitat. The habitats are decided by some components such as food, water and environment. These components are designed to the habitat of the living organisms. So there are many different habitats on the earth. For example, warm rainy forest, cold mountain region, salty oceans, the dry sandy deserts, open grasslands and lakes, and last ocean. These are all the different kinds of habitats. Next we will see about the adaptation. Adaptation means just adopt that habitats. Living thing that is adapted to that particular habitats. Okay, Kana? Now definition of adaptation. Adaptations are body features and habitats of living thing that help it live in its habitats comfortably. So all type of living thing have adaptations. For example, you know polar bear? You like it? Yes, that is a good example of adaptation. The polar bear is live in cold Arctic region or also called as North Polar region. The body of the large carnivorous is covered with the thick layer of halo hairs, the trap ass. It is also has a thick layer of fat below its skin. Both of these features keep the bear comfortably warm even when the temperature goes below minus 30 degree Celsius in winter. The polar bear has a powerful sense of smell, so it can smell a seal which is more than 10 kilometers away. The polar bear is a good swimmer. Polar bear conserves energy by sleeping for 7 to 8 hours every day. All these adaptations enable the polar bear live comfortably in the cold Arctic region. Next, we will see about the biotic and abiotic components of a habitat. Every habitat is made up of living and non-living components. The living or biotic components include plants, animal and other living things. The non-living components, which includes air, soil, water, wood and also rock, sunlight and the very amount of heat, are called as abiotic components. The biotic components of a habitat depend on each other as well as on their abiotic components to survive. There are different types of habitats. Let us discuss the adaptation of plants and animals living in different habitats. Habitat classified into terrestrial habitat and aquatic habitat. Terrestrial means, the terrest word means that is a land. So land habitat. Another one is aquatic. Aquatic means water. Water living things are called the aquatic habitats. So terrestrial habitat is furtherly classified into three types. First one, desert region, and then mountains, and then coastal region. Aquatic habitat is classified into ocean region and ponds. Next, we will see about the sandy deserts. A sandy desert is a very vast area of land covered with sand. Sand means soil. It becomes hot during the daytime and cold at night. It is a windy place. A desert receives very little rain and has very little water. Dewdrops that form during the cool nights provide water to plants and animals living in the desert. Next, we will see about the plant life in desert. Plants which can grow in hot weather with very little water grow in a desert. The cactus plant are adapted to grow in the desert. You know cactus plant? See the picture. Let us see the adaptation of cacti plant. First, root of desert plants grow close to the surface and extend over a large area to absorb as much water as possible. The green cactus stem has chlorophyll and stoma and makes food. Moreover, the stem stores water when it rains. In most cacti plants, leaves are reduced to spines, thereby minimize the surface area from which water can be lost. Animal life in desert. Animals such as camels, mice, desert horse, kangaroo rats, desert fox, lizards, and snakes live in hot sandy desert. Many kind of insects and birds are also found in deserts. All these animals are adapted to live with very little water. Some, such as the kangaroo rats, can live without water. They obtain water from the food they eat, mostly plants and seeds. Let us see the adaptation of a camel. Excess amount of a food is stored in the hump as fat. When a food is stored, the fat break down into provide energy. Next, large eye lasers protect eye from strong and sandy winds. The long legs of the camel keeps the body away from warm sand. Large padded feet helps in walk on soft sandy. Nostrils can be closed and opened during a sandstorms. Toes are joined together to prevent sinking into the sand. Let us see the mountain regions. In this mountainous region, as the all altitude increases, altitude means mountain height. Mountain height increases, the temperature decreases. That is why the weather in the mountains changes with change in altitude. The lower regions are comparatively warm, whether higher altitude or cold. Such difference in the environment affected both plants and animals in the region. This is a large variety of plants and animals in the mountain region. Plant lives in mountain region. The lower region of the mountains in Himalayas, which are warmer, have dense forest of bamboo, oak and chestnut trees. The mountains get covered with coniferous forest. Coniferous means cone shaped and evergreen trees such as firs, pines mostly grown here. These trees are adapted to grow in cold condition. Cone shaped trees with sloping branches. It helps rainfall and snow slides easily. Animal life in mountain region. The number and kind of animals found on the mountains vary with altitude. Many kind of animals live at lower altitude. Animal that lives in the mountains have thick fur coats to keep warm. The higher region of mountains have less air. These animals generally have more red blood cells to help them get enough oxygen from them thin air at high altitudes. Adaptations of some of the animals that live in mountainous Himalayas habitat are as follow: musk deer, mountain goat, snow leopard, wild yak. Let us see about the tropical rainy forest. Rainforests are close to the equator, which is why these forests have warm, wet weather all around the year. Plant life in rainforest. The trees that grow here never completely shed their leaves. Tall trees grow very close to each other. Broad leaves, overlapping branches form a thick umbrella like roof called canopy. The canopy blocks nearly all the sunlight from reaching the forest floors. As a result, some varieties of plants and other shadow loving plants grow on the wet forest floor. Lichens, orchids, and vines grow on the trees. Animal life in tropical rainforest. Brightly colored butterflies, moths, termites, ants, mosquitoes, many kinds of bees and spiders live in these forests. Leopards, trappers, and varieties of snakes live on the ground, whereas chimpanzees and gorillas alternate between the ground and the tree. Eagles, toucans, parrots, tree frogs, squirrels, many kinds of monkeys, chimpanzees, and sloths, snakes, and bats live on the trees. Next, we will see about the grasslands. Grasslands have seasonal rain, and the rest of the months are dry and hot. Plants in grassland. A grassland is a vast open region covered with a thick growth of several kinds of grasses and a few trees. Animal lives in grassland. A grassland supports a rich varieties of insects, birds, snakes, lizards, and many types of mammals. Animals of the grasslands are adapted to travel great distance in search of water in dry season. Large herbivores such as deer, bichons, and zebras have strong grinding teeth for eating tough grasses. They have long legs and sharp hooves to run swiftly away from the carnivores. Their body color and shape sense also help them escape from their predator. Predators means lion is predator for deer. Carnivores such as lions, wild cats, cheetahs, and wild dogs live here. They have strong legs with sharp claws, strong and sharp teeth, and sharp eye shot. These features help them catch their prey. Prey means food. Okay, children, we will meet in another video. Thank you.